Hi. Are you struggling with your mindset or your motivation, or are you feeling a bit stuck? If you are, here's what you need to know. Firstly, that this is totally natural and it happens to everyone. But also that when you begin to understand your brain and how it works, you can actually start to create some small shifts that can have a big impact. I'm a really huge advocate for the importance of mindset and working on your mindset, and I am really madly passionate about encouraging people to really think about what they're thinking about. And what I'm going to share with you today, this is why. I'm Tara Jackson, Life Alignment Coach, helping you to cut through the overwhelm, find your potential, and step into your thriving life. So in my line of work and what I do, there is often a misconception that in order to have a great life, a fulfilling life, a thriving life, you need to make major change. Now, don't get me wrong, sometimes you do, but the real impact and the real value and the real moments of insight most commonly come from the small shifts, because these are the things that you can do every single day. And by doing them, that is what creates the space for you to make the big stuff happen. One of these small shifts that I talk about often is mindset, and using tools like positive affirmations, developing awareness of your self-talk, and developing the tools that help you shift that. And today I want to share with you why. And to do that, I would like to introduce you to part of your brain you may or may not have met before, but this part of your brain is called the reticular activating system. Reticular activating system. It's a bit of a mouthful, so I like to call it the RAS for short, the RAS, RAS. Now, what do you need to know about the RAS? First and foremost, everyone has one. There's no getting away from it. It's really small. It's about the size of your pinky fingernail, and it's located at the back of your head, sort of the top of your spine, base of your skull. And what the RAS does is it acts as a filtering system, and it filters in and out the sensory data, what you can see, what you can hear, what you can smell, touch, taste. The RAS filters this in and out of your conscious mind. And to give you some insight into how big the RAS's job is, in any given moment, there can be up to 2 million bits of sensory data all around you. And your unconscious mind, it can process around 40,000 of those per second. Your conscious mind, it can process around 130 per second. And your focus can process about 7. So essentially, we experience far less of what is actually going on than what is actually going on around us. And what we experience is determined by our RAS. So how does the RAS decide what to filter in and what to filter out? It does this, and this is the important bit, it does this primarily through our thoughts. So your thoughts direct your RAS to bring the sensory data that's relevant to what you're thinking to the forefront, to your attention. Essentially, your RAS is trying to support what you are thinking. Your thoughts, therefore, determine the reality of your experience. So here's an example. Imagine for a moment you are walking along the street. Okay, something's just happened that made you think, man, today sucks. We've all been there, right? That one simple thought that you had in your head will bring the sensory data that supports that to the forefront. You might notice the traffic that day. You might notice that people keep getting in your way. You might notice the rubbish in the gutter, or the smell of the pollution, or all the kind of intrusive sounds that are going on around you. You might notice that people are looking at you, and you might feel like you're seeing some judgment in their eyes. Hi, Shelley. Imagine for a moment, though, that you're walking along that same street, but instead of something just happening that makes you think that negative thing, something's just happened that makes you go, man, today is awesome. Again, we've all been there, right? That one simple thought, again, it directs your RAS to bring totally different sets of sensory data to the forefront. You might notice this time people smiling at you. You might notice your favourite song playing somewhere nearby. You might have your attention drawn to a colourful shop display, or you might pay attention to how beautiful the trees look, or what a nice day it is. The point is, those are two entirely different experiences, but the only thing that has changed is what you've thought, allowing a different set of sensory data to filter through your RAS. Why is this important? Because of thoughts like, I can't do this. I am terrible at this. I'm not good enough for this. My life will never be where I want it to be. I can never catch a break. I could never do this. Your poor little RAS is just trying to do its job, and it's busy finding the sensory data that supports this, and that reinforces the thought that you had in the first place. So my question is this: what if, just what might happen if you chose to put something different in your head? What sensory data might your RAS find to support it? And what impact might that have on your life? So here's my challenge to you. Try it. Find out. What have you got to lose? So tell me, what is one thing, what is one change that you could make right here today? I'd love to hear it. If you feel happy to share, feel free to share with us below. Otherwise, have a great day.